Welcome back to Casual Buzz Rugby. The All Blacks have released their team to play against South Africa this coming Saturday, and my oh my have they got a strong team. Now, always give the New Zealand team credit. I've said they're going to do much better than people think in this Rugby Championship as well as the World Cup. But this week, they're playing against the Boks. And if you read the name, it's Casual Buzz Rugby. So just for this week alone, I won't be saying too much nice things about them. Let's get into it. Starting off with the front row, as per usual. We got Ethan de Groot in the 1, Cody Taylor in the 2, and Tyrell Lomax in the 3. Very strong front row. I mean, they showed dominance against Argentina from the start. Set piece dominant. Surprising almost to see, because Argentina is very good when it comes to the set pieces. I thought this might be the perfect time to give Tokiao his first start. I think it's his first start. No, I don't think it would not have been his first start. I was sounding like an idiot there. But people have been hyping him up, saying he's the best hooker in the New Zealand jersey. But I mean, Cody Taylor still does the job. He's amazing. And then Ethan de Groot and Tyrell Lomax showed their class. But I mean, do they have the advantage over the South African pack when it comes to the scrum? No, definitely not. But I mean, still good competition. Going into the lock pairing, we have Brodie Retallick and Scott Barrett. That's class. I mean, I can't debate it. It's absolutely class. I thought maybe Sam Whitelock's going to get his start there. Throw in maybe a Scott Barrett in the number 6 jersey. But I mean, you couldn't drop Shannon Frizzell after his performance against Argentina because he was class. But I mean, Brodie Retallick, Scott Barrett. People have been saying that this is the best lock pairing currently on current form. Brodie Retallick, probably the second best lock in the world after Eben Etzebeth, obviously. Scott Barrett, absolute workhorse. I mean, the guy is just absolutely crazy. Moving on to the loosies, we got Shannon Frizzell, Sam Cane, the captain, Ari Savia. I mean, the way that Sam Cane kicks people, I mean, he should have kicked that goal for the Boks when it came to this Saturday because we don't even have a kicker. But I mean, it's just class. You've got the best player in the world, Ari Savia. Sam Cane truly showed his class when it came to last week's performance against Argentina. And I mean, Shannon Frizzell, as I just mentioned, you couldn't have dropped him after that performance. I really think he showcased some proper class. So that entire forwards pack is stacked with class and talent all over. And then you have the likes of a Tokiao coming from the bench and a Tamati Williams making his debut. Moving on to the back line, because that's always the exciting one. I mean, Aaron Smith, best 9 in the world still. I don't care if you mention Dupont or anything. This is Aaron Smith. He's the legend of the game. If you ask Dupont who's his greatest inspiration, he'll say Aaron Smith. Richie Mo'unga, probably the best 10 in the world as well. Now, obviously, he doesn't play the same for the All Blacks as he plays for the Crusaders, because he's an absolutely brilliant player for the Crusaders. He's great for the All Blacks, but I mean, very surprised not to see Damian McKenzie there after his performance last week. I'm probably thinking it's a different system that they're going with. But I mean, it's up to you what you want to think about it. In the centre pairing, Jordie Barrett, Rieko Ioane. I mean, it's just, that's a great pairing. Second best pairing in the world after the Boks, obviously. But I mean, Jordie Barrett, class. The guy can slot into any position. And I do have mixed feelings about Rieko Ioane. He doesn't really pass the ball. I think he had like 3 or 4 passes in the previous game, which is like nothing. It's just like a wing playing on outside centre. But I mean, he can probably make a couple of mistakes and then just create something out of absolute nothing. The guy, he just knows how to find the try line. And then the big men, the back 3, Mark Telea, Will Jordan, and Beauden Barrett. I mean, could you have wished for a better back 3 than that? Not really. The only better back 3 that I could probably say is like Mapimpi, Colby, and Veli Leroux. Anyway, moving on to the bench, but that back 3 is insane. The whole first 15, very, very strong team, very competitive team. I mean, this game with the names in it, there's no jokes. This is the title decider. I've said it in the previous or in the build-up videos. This is the title decider. Funny enough, I just heard we haven't played New Zealand in about, what's it, like 5 years? That's insane. Moving on to the bench. Samisoni Takiao in the 16, brilliant player. Tomaiti Williams making his debut, 22-year-old, 23-year-old, whatever, and then he's my age, and he's about 180 kilos. I mean, the guy's insane. Nepalulala, I don't know too much about him. Tupuvai, don't know too much about him, but Dalton Papali'i, this is a guy that I rate very highly. Now, usually, isn't it like Sam Kane, Papali'i, and Shannon Ori Savia playing in there, in the Lucies? That just tells you how good he is. Okay, he was one of the stand-up players when it came to last season when New Zealand was struggling, and when they were performing at the end of the year, he was one of the stand-out players. And then the back three on the bench is why I think there's a couple of issues. I really think they could have had a strong back three, maybe Adam McKenzie on the bench, unless he's injured that I don't know about. But Finley Christie, Braden Ennor, and Caleb Clark. Caleb Clark's probably on the bench for in case Mark Telia or Will Jordan gets injured, because they're coming back from a heavy injury. That's the only reason I can think about having a wing replacement on the bench, because I've never seen that. But it's a very, very strong team. It's going to be a highly competitive game. Of course, it's just banter when I speak bad about these guys. I love New Zealand. I love watching them play rugby, except for when it's against the South Africans. It's the biggest rivalry in the game. Let me know what you think about the lineup. See you tomorrow for the match preview.